Hello everybody, Drew here, tip of the Mitt Flips, where I'm a stay-at-home dad and a part-time eBay reseller. And every 100 subscribers there's a giveaway. So if you're watching, make sure you subscribe so you have a chance to win. I've got, I don't know, 6 orders, something like that going out. Some pretty good sales though. I'm happy with it. I've been sporadic on my listings, but I've been able to get some listings up. So I think I'm adjusting to the new normal of my reselling life. You know, how many sales to expect, how many listings I'll be able to get up per week, that kind of thing. I think I'm finding not something I'm comfortable with or happy with, but a level of expectation, I guess would be how I would put that. Also, great news for me. I explained before, TCG Player has like levels you have to work through to get your store to have more listings and unlock more features. And I'd done the math on, and it was supposed to be the 14th of this month, April, when that would happen. And for some reason, I messaged them because on eBay previously, I don't know if you still can, when you first start an account, you could, after you use your 25 listings, message them, ask to basically prove you were a real person running a real store, and they would bump up your listings, your allowed listings. And so I was like, I'll give that a shot. Why not? And they basically were like, no, that's not how this works. We do these levels. And then they sent me links to the things I already knew, which that's the new customer service for almost everything. Here's links to the FAQ section that you would have already probably looked at. Like, that's not helpful. Why are you even paying these people to do this? Beside the point. Good news, they randomly unlocked it today. I don't know, like a week and a half early. So great news for me. That means it opens up 5,000 listings for me. I did 163 this morning having my coffee. I will, if I have 5,000 items to list, have those up by the end of the week for sure, but I don't know, a couple days. It's so fast, but I don't think I have 5,000 to put up. And then I was planning on putting a bunch of my low dollar cards, sending them off to ComC. And now I was like, well, now that I'm set up and I'm mailing cards anyways, and I'm going to have an inventory system for cards, why deal with ComC? Just list them. Don't send them off. Don't wait for it. Just list them. Half the listings I put up yesterday for sports cards, it was very few, but half of them, the only other person with a listing was ComC, and they, on eBay, charge $4.99 shipping no matter what. So very easy to compete with them on cards that there aren't a lot of. So I started doing that as well. First thing going out, A1 is a Wilson club cover, Wilson driver club cover. It is this one right here. I mean, this is a driver cover, but it looks like it's a 3-wood driver cover, but maybe it's a 1-wood. They vary in sizes. $9.99 free shipping for that one. I know you can't hear the USPS vehicle pull up, but I'm trying to like hear walking or whatever, because something that as a seller I've ran into, not often, but enough times, on my eBay app, scanned as delivered to my mailbox. I ordered 4 cards to arbitrage from eBay to TCG Player. It's scanned delivered, and the mailman is nowhere in sight. I know the mailman is 1 street over because they're pretty on schedule. I know where they are, you know, what time they get to my house, and there is an address that is exactly the same as mine. I live on a letter street. They live on a letter street. Those letters look the same. It happens often where our mail gets crisscrossed, but this one is worth like $40. So, and whenever people message me that, hey, I didn't get my thing, when they message as soon as it was delivered, I usually believe them. More often than if it's later, because that means that's what happened. It was scanned as delivered. Oh, I made a sale. It was scanned as delivered. They look, they check their mailbox, they immediately message me. And I always tell them the same thing. Ask your carrier, see if they delivered the wrong place. Ask your neighbors, see if it got delivered to them. And then if you run a good store, if you run a reputable store, you're likely just going to refund them eventually anyways. If it's priority, you can make an insurance claim, but I don't mess with those anymore. I'm just hopeful that it's a door over and they're not a bad person and they don't open my mail. I don't know. It just means they weren't paying attention, so I'm frustrated. Next up, D1 is Spalding Horseshoes set. Let's see if I can grab these right now, which I think I can. It's just very heavy because it's a plastic container full of steel or cast aluminum. No, that's gotta be steel. I have no idea though. I'm not a horseshoes guy, but horseshoes are big business in my area. Big old, you know, horseshoe pit, and they have men's league, and I think they have a mixed league as well. I bought those, I think I paid 10 bucks for them. Might have been 15 bucks, but $53.99 plus shipping. Horseshoes, if you find the right ones, huge money. Like, that's still good. I'm not mad about that. People who throw horseshoes, they're very particular about the ones they throw, certain weights, certain balances, all this kind of stuff. And it's not like they're going to go back and remake them exactly as they did at this point. So certain ones, certain sets, big money, watch out for them. Next up is a hat. It's a Boston Red Sox, I think it's a fitted hat, but it's one of the many Boston Red Sox hats I listed recently, and it is this one right here. World Series Champs 04. I was actually excited to list this one because all of the hats that look like this, the exact same, are the reverse colors. It's blue hat, and then all the blue is red. So I figured mine would have some more appeal, or at least not as much competition, which turned out, I think, is what happened. $16.99 free shipping. For a fitted hat, that's great. Fitted hats, not great. Not what you want to look for usually. Next up, it's a book. On Eagle's Wings. On Eagle's Wings. I had this listed, I think, $24.99, maybe even $19.99, somewhere in that range. And I took an offer of $10 free shipping. Of course, they'll go media mail. I took that low of an offer because the book's not in great condition. And I think it was one of the books I listed just because there wasn't another one listed. So sometimes that's like, oh, is mine's rare, or is it that just no one has any interest in buying this book ever? So, and the books are free. I usually take about any offer that comes through. Next up, B5 is a Ghoul RC. I don't even know what that is. B5. It's this thing here. I didn't list it. This is back when Jen was listing, but I think that's supposed to be G00 URC. Oh, who knows? I don't know. It's a B6 balance charger. I don't know what that is. What did I get for it? $12 plus shipping. And they paid, you know, whatever it's going. They're probably going pretty far for me by how much they paid in shipping. I might put that in a flat rate envelope. If I can medium bubble wrap it, medium bubble wrap this, and medium bubble wrap this, and then still fit it all into a flat rate priority envelope, I will do that. If not, it is what it is. It'll go in a box. Next up, this is a pretty good one. C2 is a higher portable printer. I'm not going to get it out to show you because it's a printer as in ink, and it's covered in ink. And so I don't want to touch it or show it to you. But that right there, it's like a hand printing roller, and then other bits and bobs. I don't know. I was just watching something last night of someone who professionally rebinds books. You know, high-end, collectible, antique books, that kind of thing. I have no interest in that at all. Zero interest. But I find it very interesting to watch people in a niche craft be amazing at something, like the pinnacle of that craft, whether that's, you know, when they do the live edge tables with the resin fillings, or whatever that craft happens to be, book binding, or this hand printing lettergraph usage. I bet you if I found a video of somebody using this who was skilled in this, I would probably enjoy that. I don't know why. I just like watching, not too impressive things, but watching people do things well. It's probably the same as, you know, watching Michael Jordan play basketball. You like watching people do things well. At least I do. For that, $37.99 plus shipping. I got that from my father, so, you know, he'll get about 30% of that sale price, and I will take the rest. Next up, it's a book. Hurlbutts. Hurlbutts Story of the Bible. Ol' Hurlbutts. So I'm guessing it's under Story of the Bible. That's why I couldn't find it. It's a bigger book. It's this one right here. I'm not going to pull it out right this second, because if it's over here, it either means that the binding is very loose and can't sit it upright, or it could just be that it's too big to fit on a shelf. Hurlbut's Story of the Bible for Young and Old, 1904, $17.99 free shipping. And then next up, it's a book. Marie Corelli, The Master Christian. This green one right here, The Master Christian, Marie Corelli. And for that book, $14.99 free shipping. Of course, media mail. It's a book. I don't remember who said it. If I can find it, I'll put it on the screen so they get credit. I had complained that a seller sent me this 5,000 count card box, and they sent it media mail. And I complained because if you abuse the system long enough, they'll change the system. They'll take away the option. And someone asked / mentioned, well, what if they had put like a little book in there? Or what if they'd put in a cassette tape? And technically, that would have made that, because it's a box. Until you put cards in it, it's technically just a box. If they'd put one cassette tape in there, now it's media mail. You're over packaging it as to the 10th degree, but then it's media mail. I thought even further. People who ship boxes, like shipping boxes, that's expensive to ship these large cubes of shipping boxes. You could just shove a thing of sheet music between a couple of them. Boom. You're just over packaging and you're not abusing the system. Technically, there's media in it. It's just a way to ship them. It's a terrible way to ship them. It's an overly expensive way to ship them, but technically at that point, it would be media mail. Those type of situations would be very rare, but at that point, I'd say, okay, yeah, you gamed the system. You didn't cheat the system. You took the rules available. You used them to the best of your ability to save money. That's okay. But when you just send an empty box and claim that it's media mail, that's scamming the system. That's breaking the rules. But the other situation is very rare. But if I sold those things, people would be getting a free cassette tape in every single one, because cassette tapes are free. You can just go to a garage sale. They're giving away all the time. Just chuck one in there. It's a bonus. I laugh a little bit on this. And no, I was like, wait, no, yeah, that's totally legitimate. Yeah. All right, let's grab that last one that just came in on C2 is 1995 Bandai. See, 1, 2. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It's the Pink Ranger in the pterodactyl. I'm pretty sure is what that is. These items, because there's 2 of them there, I got so many lowball offers on that. It sold for full asking price, $10.99 free shipping, but that's one of those items I was getting those $5 offer, $4 offer on a free shipping item. And I was like, this thing it's more hassle than it's worth to have on the shelf, because I keep getting these offers. And I'm talking, since it was listed, 25 offers, and, all of them could have been from the same person. I have no idea. It was a significant amount. It became very annoying. I considered just taking it out of the store, because when I'd run a sale, then it'd be down to, $8.99 free shipping, and I'm like, is that even worth it, just pull it out. But eventually, full asking price, $10.99 free shipping. I will take that for sure. All right, so the post office debacle, delivery debacle was, I don't know what. He was a very nice guy. He's not a normal carrier. I don't know. Because one of the items was scanned, delivered like an hour ago. And then I caught him out front, and he had that one and another one. And I was like, okay, well, this matches up. This is the one that showed deliver an hour ago. How does that happen without you scanning it? This is the conversation I had. I didn't care. Once I had the item, whatever, go on with your day. But how does it get scanned if you didn't scan it? Why would you scan something if it wasn't delivered? Jen mentioned, oh, maybe they scan them like when they pick up all the envelopes before they even head out. That's dumb. Hopefully they don't do that, because that means, you scan delivered means you scan it as it's delivered. That's the point of the process. And then he didn't scan the other one. I think it made him nervous. I don't know. So the other one's never going to show delivered. Whatever. I got my packages, so that's great. I did mention that I was arbitraging these specific cards from eBay to TCG Player, I wasn't going to share which ones. I'm still not going to. And that by the time the last few showed up in the mail, I might even have to sell them at a loss. That happened, not selling at a loss, but the decline happened much faster than I even anticipated. Because it shot from, I bought one for, it came in a lot, so it was like 25 cents. And then sold it for like $2.50. And then, so I ordered a bunch of them, seeing that it was climbing up and up and up. And by the time I got the next ones, they sold for $10 a piece. By the time I got the next card available to list it, they were already back down to $5 a piece, $5, $6 a piece, which I'm still making a return on them. And that's kind of the game is you know, you're looking for a 30% return, but you turn it over and over and over and over again, keep reinvesting it, but quickly. That happened very quickly because I'm not the only one paying attention. I didn't get that information, you know, because I'm a genius. I got it from the same place anyone else would get that information, YouTube, or paying attention to numbers, that kind of stuff. I'm not the only one doing it, so that's what happened. So I'm now sitting on a bunch of them, and I'm checking the price twice a day to make sure I'm price match so I don't end up with just a bunch of these that I sell at a loss. Other thing, going out today to Ethan. Thank you so much, Ethan. He purchased one of the limited edition Tip of the Mitt Flips bundles, which if you want one, there is a very limited. I limited it to 10 because I just wanted to see if anybody wanted them. It comes with 2 different stickers, a magnet and a pin. It's in the Buy Me a Coffee link in the description if anybody wants one. But who is the other one? Let me go back real quick. Patricia. Patricia also bought one. But Patricia, I've messaged you back in the comments of the YouTube video. I also messaged you back through Buy Me a Coffee. I need your address. So either message me back through Buy Me a Coffee or through the Facebook group or through Instagram or any of those so I can get yours sent out to you. Ethan, thank you so much. Patricia, also, thank you so much to you. I want to get it out to you, so please get me your address. My battery's about to die, so I will be quick about tip of the day. And the tip of the day today is not everything needs a box. Of course, some of those things are very, very blatant and obvious, but like this one right here. I contemplated resizing this box in 2 different directions to make it fit this. And then I thought, okay, this is a hard plastic case. Inside of it is literally metal that can't be broken. So the only thing that could get any damage is the case. So I had this flat piece of cardboard that was, you know, roughly the right size in a couple dimensions, and it's thicker. This is double wall cardboard. This is really thick stuff, and all I am doing is kind of encasing the corners. And then what I'm actually going to do is I will leave this exposed, and I'm going to take 2 poly bags. I'll slide one this way, one that way, and this should be perfectly fine. The only thing that could possibly happen is if something, I don't know, something sharp pierces in this area. I probably will still put 1 piece of cardboard in here, but it doesn't have to look pretty. It doesn't have to be a box. And once I do all this stuff to it, even if I do put the other piece of cardboard in there and there's some exposed stuff, once I put the 2 poly bags on it, it'll look presentable. This is in no way shippable like this, but once I put the poly bags on, it will look as if I have a very viable shipping option that actually will look presentable to the buyer. It will have a vapor barrier, a water seal, and then inside will be a very protected item. I think that's a great option. That's what I'm doing today. But just a reminder that not everything goes in the box. When I first started, I didn't ship a single thing not in a box. No poly bags, no bubble mailers. Didn't matter what it was, it went in a box. And that was out of fear. I was scared things would happen. I was, you know, just starting out. And that's perfectly acceptable. And I always tell people, overpack, and then as you gain experience, you can dial that back. As you get a little more comfortable, dial that back. As your success rate grows, you can really kind of feel out what is necessary in shipping. And stuff like this is perfectly acceptable. Not everything has to go in a box, in a pretty package. That's one of those things I get hung up with that with a lot of, you know, Poshmark or like your Etsy sellers, because a lot of what they're presenting is themselves, is the unboxing. Because when you're selling clothes and somebody's getting new wardrobe stuff, and then the paper is pretty, and the sticker says thank you, and it's pretty. That stuff's nice. But if it's costing you extra money, that it's not necessary. I won't say my full feelings on it. You could probably guess what they are, but it's definitely not necessary. It doesn't give you a leg up on somebody else. If you send something like the plugs I got before, where they're in terrible condition and not packaged well at all, packaged poorly, that the negatives will hurt you more than the positives will help you. But yes, you can get creative. You don't have to make it pretty. You have to make it get there safely. That's honestly, that's what a buyer cares about. The rest of it is icing, whatever. That's for somebody else's store. That's when Jen started doing a little bit of, I think she did Poshmark for a little bit. I don't remember which one it was. That was her. She wanted the poly bags with the pretty print. She wanted the tissue paper in different colors and the thank you stickers and all that kind of stuff. That's fine. It brought her joy. That's great. But what brings me joy is successful deliveries, happy customers, money. That's what brings me joy. So definitely I don't like to spend extra money on things I don't need, extra money on frivolous decoration for delivery. It can be ugly as long as it's safe, as long as it's successful. Well, that's going to be all for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. Subscribe, share, and be good to each other. Just really neat. Hey, do they ever really fix things? I have no idea what this is. What do I care? Let go. I'm good at this.